next chapter is slopes and deflections. Okay, so all these three, four chapters are interlinked. What is those? Centroids, and then bending moment and shear force. Okay, that chapter is very much important for this chapter. Bending moment and shear force diagrams. And then after that, bending stress. How to draw the bending stress, especially you forget about the bending stress and the shear stress because of the bending moment and the bending stress produced in the beam. But the chapter SFD and BMD chapter is very much important and the basis for this particular chapter. Okay, and here in this chapter, if you consider different exams like IES. In IES, if you consider the prelims, then most of the questions are direct, straightforward and direct, and the difficulty of the question is not that much compared to the gate. So for the prelims, you simply remember the formulas for the prelims. Formulas you remember, okay, and then for the mains, we use generally double integration method. What is the double integration method? We will see that. And then if you come to the gate, for the gate, relatively some difficult questions will be asked in this chapter compared to the IES. Those are not difficult, relatively I am talking about this. Okay, so here there are different methods to calculate the slope and the deflection of the beam here, and we will learn mainly three methods, and we will stick to those methods. These methods are very, very simple. Okay, so in the examination, by looking at the question, whichever method is convenient, we readily use that method here. You no need to, of course, basic formulas you will remember, and apart from that, you no need to remember anything. These methods are very easy to apply. So what are those methods? First one is a double integration, and after that area moment method. Okay, and then a strain energy method. Okay, we will see all these three methods and how to calculate by using these three methods. Okay, so sometimes two or three questions come in the same year, at least one or two questions come in the same year. Sometimes it may not come if the question is coming from other section, but most probably there is a most probability of asking question from this slopes and deflection, and especially IES mains, definitely there will be a question. Even in civil services also definitely there will be a question from this particular topic. Okay, so what is the slopes and deflection? See, the slopes and deflection is related to the beams. What is the beam? Beam is if I take the cantilever beam, this is the beam where the forces are applied in the transverse direction. That means perpendicular to the axis of the beam here. Okay, and here what is our assumptions here? Most of the time we will consider that the self weight of this beam is 0. Okay, here self weight is 0. Self weight is 0 here. So here when I applied force like this, then what is happening? When I applied force like this, because of this force, see, I assume that this beam is not that much rigid. When the beam is not that much rigid, okay, then because of the force, because of the applied force, the beam deflect like this. And here if you observe, the beam is not deflecting as a straight line. Okay, it will deflect in a different manner based on the different forces or reactions that are acting in the beam here. Okay, so this is the deflected one, and this is the original horizontal beam here. Okay, and this is called as the elastic curve. Okay, this is the deflected beam and is also called as the elastic curve equation. So in the examination, derive the elastic curve equation for the given beam for different force conditions. If it is asked like that, then you need to derive the equation for this. Okay, and if you remember from the previous chapters, what is that? For example, if I want to draw the SFD, this is the SFD diagram. If I want to draw SFD diagram, then horizontal axis is nothing but the x-axis, where x-axis is related to the length of the beam. Okay, length of beam. And if it is a SFD diagram, then what is happening? The vertical axis or y-axis is equivalent to the shear force. In the same way, if it is a BMD diagram, the horizontal axis is x-axis, the x value is the length of the beam, and then this is the bending moment. And in the same way here, when I try to derive the deflection for this particular beam, then here what are the coordinates that I need to consider? For example, here x-axis is again value x is nothing but the length of the beam, and here y-axis is considered as a y. What is the y here? Y is nothing but the deflection of the beam from the horizontal position. For example, here force W is applied, so how much deflection from the original position. Okay, for let's say that this is the point A, this is the point B, then this is the YB. In the same way, this is the point C, and the corresponding deflection here is YC. Okay, so at any distance along the beam, what is the Y? That is nothing but the deflection of the beam in terms of the x. How it is changing as you go along the length of the beam. Okay, that is what it represents. See, it could be the y value either could be in the upward direction or downward direction. If you have chosen the y value in the upward direction, but the deflection is happening in the downward direction, then the final value that you get is in the negative value. Okay, otherwise if you have chosen the y value in the downward direction, and whatever final value you will get for the deflection is a positive. Why? Because everything is in the downward direction. Okay, so you no need to worry about the sign value, the final sign value. Whatever sign you get based on the assumption of your coordinate axis, finally we will take the magnitude. Here the deflection is depending on the type of loading also. So for example, type of loading. So the elastic curve shape of the curve means the elastic curve here. Okay, so here for example, if there is no load, when there is no load, then automatically the shape is a straight line. Why straight line? It remains in the horizontal position. Okay, and if we have only bending moment, okay, or first we will consider only the pure bending. What is the pure bending condition? There is no shear force on the, so shear force equal to 0. Okay, these are all we already dealt in detail. You need to remember all these things. So what is the pure bending moment? Pure bending, for example, this is the beam. Here I applied m amount, and here also the same amount. Why? Because the moment is not changing all along the beam. Okay, then since the same amount or the equal amount of the moment is applied at the two places, then when it bend like this, it will if you extend this beam, then it will form the circle like this. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? Here circle, and this is the R, and this is the R. What is the meaning of that? Whenever there is a pure bending, then the deformation or the shape of the curve is a circle here, circular shape. Okay, and instead of pure bending, if bending moment, you have bending moment and shear force, both effects if you consider, then the shape of the curve that you get here is a parabolic here. Okay, parabolic. So the deflection is displacement of point from the initial to the final position of the elastic curve, and slope. Slope is the angle made by the tangent drawn to the elastic curve with the initial. For example, what is the slope in the general sense? What is the slope? For example, if I take any curve, otherwise if I take a straight line, what is the slope of the straight line here? Okay, so the change in the this see, for example, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Okay, and if I draw tangent for the straight line, that will coincide with this straight line. So if I take some distance from here to here, this is a ds. You know, the vertical distance is dy, and the horizontal distance is dx. Okay, so here the angle made by this line with the horizontal is theta. In the same way here also theta. Okay, so here in this triangle, tan theta equal to what is that? Dy by dx. So here the slope of this is nothing but dy by dx, and that is nothing but tan theta. Okay, otherwise sometimes we can say that the slope is the angle made by the tangent drawn to the elastic curve with the initial. Otherwise here, instead of taking the straight line, if I take any particular curve like this, and at any point if I draw a straight line, okay, so whatever angle made by this straight line, straight line in the sense tangent to the curve, and that tangent is making an angle theta with the horizontal, and this is called as the the slope of that particular curve here. So here in this case, so what is the deflection and the slope, and we will also try to remember some of the conditions. And in the slope, what is happening? What is the slope here? Slope is nothing but dy by dx. Okay, dy by dx. And if dy by dx equal to 0, what is the meaning of that? When will it become 0? When dy is 0. Dy means it is not changing in the. It is not changing. The y coordinate is not changing. That means only the x coordinate is changing. When the x coordinate is only changing, then it represents the x-axis. All along the x-axis. Okay, so the slope of the x-axis is how much? The slope of x-axis is 0, and in the same way the slope of the y-axis is infinity. Okay, I don't need to go that much deep. These are all high school concepts, so we need to remember that these concepts. So for example, if I take the simply supported beam. See, this is the simply supported beam, cantilever beam I will take instead of simply supported. So W is applied. Because of that, there is a deflection in the beam like this. So if this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C point, then what is happening here? This much distance it bent from the initial position, so it is a YC. So according to the definition, this is the deflection at the point C, and this much deflection it happened at the point B, so it is a YB. And what is the slope here? Slope is nothing but if you draw tangent at any point wherever you want to find out. For example, if I want to find out the slope at a point B, then when I draw the slope at the point B, then how will you find out? Draw a tangent at the point B. So if I draw a tangent at the point B, then it will go and touch this here. So this is nothing but a theta B. Okay, here this is making an angle with the original beam here. For example, if you want to find out the slope at C, then you draw a tangent here, then it will go and then touch this at this point, and the angle made by this tangent at the point C is theta C. Okay. In the same way, if I want to find out the tangent at A, if you draw, then it will matches with the tangent will matches with the original line. Then in that case, what can I say? Theta C equal to, theta A equal to 0. So what is the meaning of that? These conditions you need to remember. Okay, what is that? For a cantilever beam, okay, so theta A is 0, that means dy by dx equal to 0. Okay, dy by dx equal to 0, that is one condition. And where exactly the maximum deflection is happening? The maximum deflection or y max is happening at the free end generally. Here, free end. Okay. We will see different condition and we will see whether it is satisfying or not. And what is the another general beam type of beam we will take? That is a simply supported beam. So if I take a simply supported beam like this, this is a simply supported beam, and for this simply supported beam, I will take some more force point load which is acting in the mid of the beam. So because of that, the beam will deflect like this. When the beam is deflecting like that, what is happening here? If I take the point A, C and then B, if I take the point C, this is the point C. If I draw a tangent here, okay, wherever the curve here, if you remember, the curve is changing from one concavity of the curve is changing. Here it is going like this, and then it is changing its concavity. Concavity means it is decreasing here and then increasing. So if I draw at that point that tangent, then the tangent is like this, horizontal. Whenever the tangent is horizontal parallel to the x-axis, then what is happening here? It is nothing but parallel to x-axis, then its slope is 0. That means here theta C equal to 0. What is the meaning of that? Dy by dx equal to 0. So for a simply supported beam, generally whenever the maximum deflection is happening, okay, there the slope is becoming 0. And here, what's about this point A? If I draw a tangent at a point A, so it would be like this. That means it is making an angle with the initial horizontal. That means here there is a deflection. Theta A is there. It is not 0. And in the same way here also, if I draw a tangent, it is also like that, and it is making an angle with the original or the initial in the sense so initial beam. So here also theta B, if it is symmetrically placed and the force also acting in the middle, then theta A equal to theta B. Okay, and theta C is 0 here. And one more thing that you need to remember here is, what is that? Deflection is YA equal to YB equal to 0. Why? Because these two are here there is no deflection, right? So we need to make use of these type of condition to solve for the the elastic curve. Okay, and one more thing that we use is a fixed beam. This is a fixed beam on both ends, and if I apply some force like this, then the beam try to bend like this. When the beam is trying to bend like this, then what is happening? This is the point here, this is the point B, and this is the point C. And whenever the maximum deflection is happening at that place, what is happening? Theta C equal to 0. The slope is becoming 0, and there is a slope. Theta A is not equal to 0 and theta B is not equal to 0. Is that correct? No, this is not correct. Generally, it is not bending simply like this. It is bending like this. Understood? It bend like this. It is nothing but a cantilever only, right? Here one end is fixed. Here also one end is fixed. So whenever one end is fixed, then what is happening here automatically? Then theta A is equal to 0. Why? Because if I draw a line like this, tangent here, then it is horizontal. Here also it is horizontal. But whereas here it is not a horizontal. Why? Because it is not a fixed one. When you are bending, the edge also, the edge of the beam also try to rotate like this. Okay, it is trying to rotate like this, and here it is not horizontal, it is rotating at the point A. And if you draw a tangent, then it is making an angle with the horizontal. But whereas here, when it is fixed, the fixed portion is not turning, but what happened? This is the beam. The fixed portion is not rotating. It would be something like this. So the end, this is remains horizontal. That is why here the deflection is 0, and as well as the slope also 0. So here also theta B equal to 0. Okay. So these type of conditions, of course the deflections also say 0 here. So these type of conditions we need to use while solving the the integration.